guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Gia. I am for some reason getting a bit of stage fright today. Like, I was driving here and I was just thinking of all the things that I wanted to say, and then as soon as I parked I was like getting stage fright literally for absolutely no reason. Like, we're friends, you know what I mean? I guess it's just more because I feel like at the moment I'm only kind of vlogging twice a week or even once a week on my walks. So then I think when the week rolls around, I'm like a little nervous talking to the camera, but then I'm also like, because I want to say so many things on my mind and I have so many talking points where I don't want to miss out on anything, but then I get overwhelmed and then just absolutely forget how to talk about anything at all. But yeah, I think it's easier for me if I have kind of like prompts to structure out my my chit chat segments. There's people behind me. Anyways, sorry about that. There was ladies in the car next to me. Okay, my anxiety is weird today. I need to get my shit together. Well, I know that I'll feel better after this walk. Anyways, a couple of things that I wanted to touch base on, I guess, today is, talking about structuring my chit chat segments. I'm just gonna run like a quick reflection on how my previous days have gone, and then I think that will kind of lead me into eventually talking about things that are on my mind. I feel like having dot points really doesn't work out for me because then it's too structured and too unnatural for me, and then I just sound absolutely whack. But yeah, so today is Monday. I don't know when this is going to get uploaded. It is real time-ish. It's in kind of the week of when I'm uploading. Anyways, so what do we do on the weekend? So on Friday, I went to work. I had a really good shift at work, which was great. And then we went out to dinner with my sister. So my husband, my sister and her boyfriend, because he came down to visit from Melbourne. So that was really nice. Like, it was just it wasn't like it was a cheap dinner. I think for me, a lot of how I spoke about in my last couple of videos, where I had to always eat some nice fancy restaurant meal with 16 courses and 6 cocktails. But I think ever since kind of like, how do I say it? Ever since kind of realizing that that's not what I need to feel satisfied, I feel like every meal that I have at a restaurant or at home is satisfying enough for me. So we just went to, it's called Indian Temptation. So it was just a very traditional, authentic Indian restaurant, which I know a lot of people from Adelaide know about. But yeah, we had just a very nice dinner. And then afterwards we were feeling a bit spontaneous. So I went to the AMF bowling. So that's like a time zone / bowling place. And then we just did, some arcade games. It's really weird for me because recently I'm not in the mood to drink alcohol. Like, I don't know if I'm going through some type of phase, but just the thought of alcohol is actually really putting me off, which is really weird for me because, as I said in my previous videos, I love drinking. Like, I don't know what was going on. So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna eat. And it was a Friday night. Usually Friday nights, I'm like, I'm ready for a drink. I think that was my mindset before all of this wellness, like this journey that I'm going on. Like back then I used to be like, oh my God, I've had a really bad day, I need a drink. Like, that was just my security blanket, I guess, or just an excuse essentially. So like for me now, it's more, why don't I see how I can improve my day or have a better day without feeling the urge to drink by the end of it? So I think ever since going on this wellness journey, that I feel like I don't need to have a drink to feel satisfied or to feel better about, oh my God, it's something in my eye. Oh, there's actually an eyelash in my eye. To feel better about my day. So I just wanted to touch base on that because it's just really out of character for me. Even my husband was like, honey, are you okay? Like, why do you need do you want to get a drink? Like, and I was like, no, actually, like, I'm okay. Which is I feel like that's a very big stepping stone for me because I know how much I used to rely on on alcohol a lot, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing that I'm realizing it now as well, and it's a good thing that I can kind of just step back and realize why I needed that drink in the first place. Like how I talked about my previous video where it's like a social anxiety thing, where it's like I need to have a drink to be fun me and to be entertaining, as bad as that sounds. But yeah, so we just went to AMF, and then we went home and slept really early. Like I think we were in bed by like 10. And usually, again, old me would be like, wow, it's a Friday night. Like, why aren't we going out, or why aren't we seeing more people, or why aren't we doing more things? So yeah, just being content with what we did on a Friday night is such a big thing for me. So I was actually very proud of myself and very happy that I felt like I did enough. You don't even need to do enough, but to me, I didn't feel like, oh damn, I really wanted to do this, or damn, I wanted to see more people, or I wanted to drink, and I think that's it's such a big thing for me. Anyways, and then Saturday I woke up. So Saturday I had a shift as well, 9 to 5, just a regular 9 to 5 shift. I actually picked up this shift as well. So another thing, I never just, voluntarily put my hand up for an extra shift, especially on Saturday. But I think with this whole investment property journey as well, like I think in my heart, I know it's the right thing to do. I know it is the right thing to just work a little bit extra when I can, when I'm feeling down for it, when my mental health is good for it. I think that's so important as well. It's not like I have commitment issues. I feel like from an outside perspective, it can kind of seem like, oh, I can't actually commit to every single Saturday because I have commitment issues. It's more because I know this, like last particular week, I had the mental capacity to work an extra shift. And that is so important because that changes your perspective and that changes the way that your shift goes, which is really important as well. Because I know if I was already fully committed to working every single Saturday shift and I was drained or just a little bit under the weather, or just my mental health was just not at like the level it's usually meant to be at, the shift would be such a drag. I'd wake up feeling so crappy. I just don't want to go to work. I don't want to leave my bed. I wake up at the last minute that I can to get to work on time. So 2 days ago was Saturday. I woke up at like 7. My shift was at 9. I always sleep in for a Saturday shift. Again, that's another thing that I'm feeling good about, because just being able to wake up early and just doing my daily admin, like emails, notes, budgeting, all that fun stuff before my shift, and then getting ready for my shift in such a better mood. And when I'm actually excited to get to work, it is such a difference. It makes such a difference. And I wish I just kind of acknowledged this and realized this sooner, because it's like, it just changes your whole perspective. Again, on this mindset stuff, it just changes your whole entire perspective on the day. And if you get to start your day off on the right foot, trust me, the rest of the day will be such a great day. Like even when I got to work, I got to work 10 minutes early. Like usually I get to work maybe 3 minutes early. And I got to work, my colleague was already there. We already set up, opened the shop, was ready to go pro 5 minutes before we opened. And it just put such a, I don't know. Usually I would be like, I have 5 more minutes in my car to do my own thing before having to work. Whereas on Saturday, I was like, well, I'm so ready to take on the day and just take it as it comes and just have a good day. Like that is so important. I know that sounds so cliche, but if you want to have a good day and you set your mind to having a good day, trust me, you will have a good day. I need to stop saying good day. But yeah, even the shift was great. It was a little slower than I wanted to, but the way I saw it is like, okay, we don't have that many customers today. What can I do? So I actually did a lot of CPD, a lot of learning activities, quizzes, modules, and all that to learn more about areas. Like I learned more about, what did I learn about? I don't even remember, but like pregnancy, breastfeeding, natural meds, vitamin D, the importance of all that, how to treat like head lice, like all that fun stuff. It's like I know it at the back of my head, but just refreshing it and doing quizzes and modules and stuff actually really keeps your mind active. And I think that is so important when, especially in the health profession too, where everything changes a lot, and there's always new ways to treat things. There's new ways, new products out as well. So I think that's so important for, especially in the healthcare. I'm sure in any profession you can continue and develop and improve your knowledge. So yeah, the whole day I was just doing obviously my daily tasks that I need to do at work, and then also on the side just doing extra study, which is so I just forget sometimes the value of knowledge, and it's just the fuel for your brain. But yeah, we did have obviously a few difficult customers as well. Obviously old me would be like, this man has ruined my day. My day I'm never gonna overcome this. I'm just gonna be in a crap mood for the rest of the day. That used to be me. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes you can't overcome that, which is absolutely fine. But for just the importance of acknowledging it and just kind of stepping back and being like, why am I letting this petty customer, this rude customer ruin my whole day? Don't give them that satisfaction. And I think that's so important, because especially retail, I know sometimes it's the tip, you have a few bad ones, but there's just one where it will just push you off the edge. And then obviously for me, now that I've worked in retail for so long, I have the patience for this, and I'm just kind of I'm not giving you my time of the day. If you're going to treat me with no respect, you get what you give. But yeah, even though I had a couple of rude customers, a couple of impatient, customers throughout the day, I was just you know what? I'm not going to let this bother me. Yeah, I'll be a bit upset for maybe a minute, and then I always pick myself back up. And I think that's so important as well, because I always used to sit there and marinate in my shite. But now it's you know what? I'm not going to give you that satisfaction. You don't deserve my time of day at all if you're going to treat me like that. And I think that's also very important, because at the moment, going through this whole wellness thing, even just because my colleague was obviously very upset about it too. And I was like, girl, that's not even worth your time, your energy, and your good vibes. You know what I mean? I was just you know what? Let's brush it off. Let's just have some chocolate, have a snack, and we'll keep going. You know what I mean? And she obviously, and I feel that was so important for me, because me radiating that in my workplace is actually very fulfilling, because after that she's like, well, you've got a point, why am I feeling like this? And then it was all better. But yeah, that was my Saturday shift. That was just such a big segment. I know, that's just the growth that I want to highlight. But yeah, and then Sunday rolls around. Again, we were just hanging with our very close friends, which I like how I said, when you just want to surround yourself with with positive people, with people that support what you do, with people that, I know, just genuinely make me feel very appreciated, very loved, very heard. That's so important for me, because I think surrounding yourself with people that you want to be is so important. They're all my friends that I hang out with, that I make so much time for, just make me want to be a better person, just makes me want to do good for the world, if that makes sense at all. So yeah, we pretty much saw our friends all day yesterday. We were at my friend's new house, which was really, really fun. It's so exciting, because I feel we're just there for each other's wins and just milestones in life, and I'm just so happy to be a part. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional. What the hell? Yeah, so we were at their new house yesterday, which was really fun, because obviously when we got our house, they were always there for us as well, and just being there for them and just helping them out, I don't know, it's just very fulfilling. And then we also told our friends about the investment property, and I don't know, obviously again, you don't need validation, but just for them to say, wow, you guys are doing so well, it just hits differently, because I'm not trying to impress anyone, but I just feel they've known all the stuff that we've been through, and they've just always been so supportive of every single thing that we do, and they're very, I don't know, just positive people. And it's just I just had a very lovely Saturday, Sunday. I don't know, we just saw them at our friends, one of our friends' new place, and then after that, we had dinner at ours. So we actually had them over for dinner as well, which was actually very wholesome and fulfilling. I don't know. I keep saying the word fulfilling. I need a synonym for that word. But yeah, I felt like, I don't know. I feel like, why do I keep saying I feel like? I actually felt very proud of my house as well yesterday. Like, I just wanted everyone to have a good time. We went to buy like all the stuff and I was like, do you guys want snacks? Do you guys want this? Like, I don't know. It's just hosting. I think I have a different perspective on hosting now. Like, it used to give me such anxiety. Is that what it's called? So much anxiety where like I was so scared of them judging me. Like, oh my God, your tea towel is dirty, or like your toilet bowl is dirty. Like, I used to be so uptight about having people over because I just didn't want them to kind of judge me. But it's like, your friends will never judge you, and if they judge you, they shouldn't be at your house. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think ever since being on this wellness journey, I keep saying wellness journey, I need to have another word for it, but it literally is a wellness journey. I've just been so much more open and honest with myself and more content. Like, I don't feel the urge to meet anyone's expectations, fit in someone's criteria, like impress other people or like please other people. And just having our friends over yesterday for dinner, like usually I'd be like, I'm so sorry about the mess, or like, I'm so sorry about this, or like, do you like the food? Like, yesterday I was just very chill. Like, I wasn't in anyone's faces about that, and I was just like, they're here, they're so grateful for the meal. Like, just little things like that. My phone is very heavy today. Just little things like that just made me feel so content. And like, I just love them, you know what I mean? And it's like the first time ever too, usually when I have people over, 99% of the time I offer them a drink, or I drink, because I'm so anxious about having guests, because I just want to make sure everyone has a good time. But again, with the alcohol, like, I think I used to use obviously alcohol as like my safety blanket to just worry less and to be more fun and be more entertaining. Like, that was such a big thing for me. And yesterday was actually one of the dinners where none of us drank. And the one thing is they're so respectful on the fact that, like, these friends, like, I'm like, oh, I'm not in the mood to drink. They're like, that's absolutely fine. Like, none of us will drink. And it's like, I don't know, it's just such supportive friends. And like, they don't even need to ask like, why, like, you're always drinking. Like, they're just so accepting and just supportive. And anyways, did not absolutely feel the need to drink, and was very relaxed when I had guests over yesterday. And I think, again, that's such a big milestone for me, because I think now that I'm learning about my relationship with alcohol, it's so much more important for me to understand why I'm drinking alcohol and does that make sense? Like, I feel like I need to, now that I've realized why I'm drinking alcohol, it's kind of made me realize that maybe there's something else in my life that I need to change, and I don't need to use alcohol to kind of push everything under the rug. So I think now that I'm trying to get my social anxiety under order, my general anxiety, and like everything, like my wellness journey, just everything is kind of rolling into one, like the wellness umbrella, if that makes sense at all. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base on that, and I just acknowledge that and I think that's just so important, because it's like, life is just so much more fulfilling. Life is just so much more brighter, lighter. You're just so much more happier. You're just so much more content. Like, we've only got one life to live, but it's like, why am I wasting my time being anxious? Like, I know anxiety is also a chemical imbalance in your brain. Like, I acknowledge that. I know that. And sometimes there's people everywhere. I think it's just so important to, like, whatever you can do about your anxiety, if you know that you can fix it, or if you know the root cause of it and you can change it, do it, because it's so freeing. And I don't know, just trust me on that one. But yeah, also another thing is, oh my God, I've been talking for ages. One more last thing, I promise. And I'm just sweating because I'm in the car. I haven't even gone for my walk yet and I've got so much energy. I feel so much better like getting that off my chest because I just wanted everyone to know. If you're here if you're still here, thank you. But another thing is I've seen it so common on, especially my friends, like mentioning it as well. Like they call it Sunday scaries. And I don't know, I've looked it up briefly, but I think it's about being anxious about, or not being anxious, but being sad that the weekend is over and that the new week of work is restarting and kind of going back to your job, if that makes sense. Okay. I think it's relating to, maybe I'll put a definition here because I might be completely wrong, but I think they mean just being upset that the weekend is over and then they have to go back to work. Essentially, that used to be me. Absolutely, 1,000% that used to be me because I used to work every single Monday and Sunday, 3 p.m, I'm already depressed. I know that's a bit dramatic, but it's so, so common. I used to be in such a, bad mood after 3 p.m. because I'm like, my Sunday's gone, my weekend is done, I'm back to work tomorrow. How's my weekend gone by so quickly? I always used to just be so upset. No matter what I did during that weekend, no matter if I completed so many of my errands, went away for the weekend, went to a winery, did all the things that I used to really enjoy. As soon as it's 3 p.m. on the Sunday, I'm like, nah, I'm in a bad mood now. I'm in a fight. I was picking fights with my husband. That's how bad it was. And he would just never understand that perspective of me, which is completely fine because his mindset was completely different. And I really wish, looking back, I wish I saw things from his perspective. But anyways, now I do, honey. So I know what you mean. He always used to say to me, you did so much this weekend. Why are you sad? You're going back to work tomorrow. Everyone has to work. If you just change the way you see it, you would feel better. And I'm like, no, I was a tantrumy child a couple years back. But yeah, I think it's so important to just not see it like that, because obviously if you see it like that, you're going to put yourself in a bad mood. So if you just see it I had such a fulfilling weekend. I know I saw my parents. I saw my parents. I saw my family. I spent time sorry, I'm getting notifications. I spent time with my friends. I was able to eat a good meal. I went for a walk. I went outside. I saw all my friends. If you see it from that perspective, that's all you need to do, because then it's okay, I'm ready to tackle on the work week. Tomorrow is going to be a good week. Mondays aren't so bad. I don't need a drink. The way, I don't know, if you put it out in the world, you'll get back what you manifest. If you say today's, because there's so much stereotype, I feel bad for Mondays because everyone's like, Mondays are so bad. That used to be me, don't worry. I do apologize to you, Monday. But it's if you just change that perspective and you just Mondays are great. Mondays are a good day. If you're just if you see it from a gratitude perspective, it's I'm so grateful I have a job. That's the number one step. It's I know some people, 100%, I understand it when people say they hate their job. I completely understand. But it's also but I'm so grateful for my job. That's it. Or I'm so grateful it's paying the bills. I'm so grateful for a roof over my head. That's literally it. And I feel once you say that out loud, you're wow, why am I being so dramatic? If I look at it from a different perspective, my life isn't so bad. It's not bad at all. I feel that's the one step with, sorry, I thought there was a car next to me. That's just the first step. And I feel once you start that, trust me, the week just gets better. But in saying that, because I don't work Mondays anymore, Tuesday nights, because I work from Wednesday onwards, Tuesday nights I used to feel like this. And ever since being on this journey, again, this wellness journey, I feel by Tuesday night, I'm actually I'm so grateful for my days off because I've been able to do all my housework. I've been able to do all my errands. I've been able to rest, and I am ready for the work week to start tomorrow onwards. Even just seeing it from that perspective, at first it is going to be difficult. Trust me, it took me so many years to get to this phase in my life, but to be able to get here and just to be able to see it like that, trust me, the world changes. And it's so freeing, and trust me on this one. Yeah. Anyways, I hope that helped at all, and I'm glad. I hope you're still here. I'm just kidding. I don't blame you if you're not. It is a very long chitty chatty. Oh my God. Okay, I need to stop talking. Very long chit chatty segment. But yeah, I just feel so much more free just saying things out loud. I don't know. And this is how I start the week. Oh, there's a person. I don't know if you saw them. This is just how I start my week. And I'm telling you, it is the perfect way to start your week. Mindset, looking at it from a different perspective, and just, I don't know, fake it till you make it. No, that's a very wrong way to say it. No, it is kind of right. Fake it till you make it. Like, even if you hate Mondays, just tell yourself you love them, and eventually, maybe, just maybe, you'll love them. If you don't love them, maybe you will start to like them a little bit more than you used to. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go on my walk now. It's literally, I've been sitting in the car for half an hour. Okay, bye.
The way you back it up on me, I swear you too good. The way you love it up on me, and I'm